Press play.
Replay, replay, replay.
You're watching Play Replay with Async. Now today I want to talk about a new game that I found on Steam, and that is Pools. This is it's a Backrooms adjacent game, which is really kind of a Backrooms game. But anyway, it takes place obviously in the pools area, but there are other elements and you do go through other places, not just the pools. And it's very interesting and it's very well created. It looks exactly like reality. There's just so much realism to this game. Now, yeah, it's a walking simulator. It's kind of just you walking, but there's kind of a dark, kind of scary, eerie kind of feeling to this. So you kind of always have that. And you're kind of going through this not knowing if there's going to be an entity or whatever there is. But there's like 6 chapters to this actual game. And it's kind of it's like the sound of things you're listening. It's like, you know how it is. If you play a Backrooms game, you kind of know what you're going to deal with. If you play like the Complex or something like that, or the Complex Expedition or something like that, that's kind of the realism of this. So you kind of get that realism feel, but it's obviously a pools type of scenario. So you're walking through this thing and it's just so massive. It's just, the environment is so massive in this thing. And obviously you get lots of pools and lots of water, obviously. And you just get that feeling of just, you are lost. You really do get this feeling that you're lost through this whole thing. But it's really well done. Everything looks so good. And you can actually go down the slides, which is very nice, because there's been other pools type of games in the past. You couldn't do that. But in this one, you can actually do that, which is it's kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't make or break a game, obviously, but it's something to talk about that's actually fun in the game. But there's like little symbols sometimes you'll see, but as you get closer to the end, I don't know if I'm going to spoil anything, but as you get closer to the end of this game, you get this feeling like you're being led to this certain position, because there's actually, you see all these statues or whatever, and they're kind of posing in all kinds of painful, like sorrow type of situations or poses, I guess. And eventually you get these faces, and you see these giant sculpture faces and stuff everywhere you go, and it's like this constantly, it's like the theme keeps becoming more, so you get more and more of these facial things or whatever. But you get this element that you're kind of you're going to a specific point near the end of this. But you can get lost pretty easily, and you could take multiple paths, and you can kind of find your way around. I think everybody's going to play this differently, so they're going to go in different directions, and they're going to kind of find themselves turned around and be like, wait, is this the same spot I just came from after all this? You're going to go upstairs, and you go through areas that kind of look similar. You're going to go through all kinds of different places. But there is a cool element to this that I noticed that there isn't too much people talking about, or I don't really pay attention to how many people are talking about it. And that is the ability to walk up the wall and have that be your new, like, normal level. Like there's literally like a line in the floor you'll see, and you'll kind of get on that, and then you'll kind of go up. And then that's like normal, and then you're just walking straight. And it's like, that's a cool element that they put in this. That's a very well designed idea that they could, I think Backroom Stories could use this in general. Like, I don't know if Kane Pixels is ever going to finish the Backrooms, the movie, before the Backrooms is all played out and people are bored of it. But I think that, if they were to put that into a movie, that would be very interesting if they did that. Because that would make the game, like the movie, a little bit more three-dimensional. Like, you can literally, the ceiling now becomes your floor, and all this stuff. But that element that they put in this is not new to video games. I know some people might think it is, but there was a video game a while back. I used to play it on Xbox 360, actually. It was called Prey, and in that game you could walk up the wall and do all this. You can get to places through that. Now, that was more of an alien abduction type of scenario, and that was like a first person shooter. But it's not like this hasn't come up. They haven't come up with this before in video games. So, but seeing that in a backrooms game actually is a very cool element to add to a backrooms scenario, because now if you're going to find your way out, it becomes more like a puzzle. It feels like you're trying to figure out, how do I get there? You know, it's more like a kind of like a porthole video game type of element where you got to find your way to get to that specific place. And I don't think they used it enough in this game, honestly. I think they could have used it more and used it better. But I'm sure in the future they might do an update. They might do some stuff to fix this game and make it actually better. It's only 6 chapters, and it seems like you could get through this game, I think, in like an hour and a half. It's not really super intensively long. Well, it depends on how much you get lost or where you go. Everybody's going to play it different. So I don't know how long it would take you to get through this game, but I know for me it was like an hour and a half, I think I played it. Anyway, and then you get this specific ending. I won't give away the ending. I just think that you should play this game. I think it's well worth playing, and it's very fun. It's not entertaining like action-packed shooter, but it's entertaining in this kind of a eerie kind of feel, like the Backrooms, you know. And I really enjoy those type of things, even though it's just a walking simulator. You're just walking and looking around. It's always fun to just kind of see what the developer is doing here. Is this, because whenever you play a Backrooms game, you always get this thought in your mind right away when you start it up. Is this going to be one of those horror ones where there's going to be an entity coming after you? Or is this going to be one of those where you have to solve a puzzle to get out? Or is this going to be like a multiplayer or whatever, where you got to hang out with your friends and make fun of the entity as it runs after you and scream and holler, you know? Or is it going to be an actual one like this, you know, where it's just a walking simulator and you have this eerie kind of element? I don't know, maybe I said that in the beginning. I'm probably misspeaking. But yeah, so I just wanted to hear what people thought of this, because this is a fun like Backrooms scenario game. And I think it's really cool that they kind of pulled it off to make it look so real. And the water, how it moves, the sound, everything. You can run, you can do stuff. You know, it's just the way this game is made. I just enjoy these things. And I think that eventually somebody's going to come up with a way to make these games look this real, and then have some very intense like horror elements in these games where you actually are running from stuff and you have to get, there's more. I think somebody's going to develop a game that's actually more of an action game that looks realistic, that's in the Backrooms, that's like this, where you can do more things than just walk up the walls and kind of turn things and move that way. But anyway, tell me what you think about this in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.